Hey, welcome to Men on Scandal. This is our Scandal recap where we recap the latest episode of Scandal. This one, if you don't know, is called Inside the Bubble.
That's right. And Tony,
And-
this show it happens when we say it happens. Okay? There are plenty of shows out there. They try to, like 2 minutes after the show is off, they try to put a show on.
Yeah.
Okay? We're like a Paul Masson wine. We will sell no wine before it's time.
Well, you know.
This show is when it's time, we do it.
We do it. We get it on when we get it on.
And you know it's going to be good.
Yeah. Speaking of getting it on, Cyrus apparently has this, he's really fixated on this, what's the guy's name?
Michael.
Michael.
Yes.
Really has, I mean, and I think it's partly, I think it's a large part of lust because he hasn't been with anybody in a while. And then he's been lonely for a while. Yeah. And now that he's found someone that he finds attractive, he's ready to move on.
He needs somebody to run their fingers through his new hair.
You know, yeah. It's starting to grow on me, though. I kind of like his new hair, man.
It grew on him, too, Tony.
Well, you know, with some glue. Yeah, okay. But Olivia goes to Eli's house.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we move on.
All right.
One more thing on Cyrus.
Okay.
He should know by now something ain't right.
You would think someone who's chief of staff of the presidential administration, any chief of staff, would be a little more sharper than he appears to be right now. But maybe like I said, maybe he's so vulnerable right now. He's so vulnerable.
Because Michael checked him, you know, in the beginning of the show. He said, I'm a whore with a brain.
I'm a whore with a brain.
And my friends don't know I'm a whore.
Mm-hmm.
So I need you to roll out.
Yeah.
So you got dismissed. You are the chief of staff of the United States, or the president of the United States, and your whore dismissed you.
Wow. I hadn't looked at it like that. Yeah, you're one of the top 5 most powerful people in the country.
Yeah. But you got to step.
And you got to step because your
man whore, literally.
Your man whore told you to bust a move. Get out.
That's messed up.
Walk away.
I think Cyrus liked it, though. He kind of had that smirk. You know?
Yeah, kind of like, he's saying that now. Olivia went to Eli's house to say hi. That was it. I just brought you a coffee, came to say hi. Yeah. He tells her to come in, let me make you breakfast. She says she can't come in.
Right.
She can't come in. She's not ready to come in. Too much water under the bridge.
Okay. This is a typical Olivia Pope moment. So you show up at somebody, well, this time it happened to be your father. Show up at your father's house with the, you know, her first conversation, the first parts of her conversation sound like, I really want to see my dad.
Yeah.
And here's a coffee. Which for a lot of people, hey, you know, that's a sign of friendship, and caring. So he's like, hey, since you're here, come on in. I want to spend some time with my daughter. I just came to say hi.
That's it. Not even coming inside. I'm going to stand right here at the stoop.
I'm stand at the door, man. See, and she does this in a lot of her relationships. I haven't quite figured out what it is.
She clearly has problems with men on all levels. On all levels, you know?
Yeah.
So Eli says, bring Jake over to dinner tomorrow night. And she's like, yeah, right. He goes, I'm serious. He goes, I'll be a good dad. I'll be great. We'll have a good time. It'll be good. Just bring him. And she says, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Dinner with the family.
Dinner with the family. By the way, I didn't mention Mark is not with us today, but he will be next week.
That's right.
I did mention that when we started. So
he's having dinner with Eli.
He's having dinner with Eli tonight is exactly what it is. So her and Abby, I think, at some point may actually come to physical blows.
It could get to that point.
There's a lot of resentment there. I guess Abby resents Olivia Pope disappearing and leaving OPH just blowing the wind.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Jobs hanging in the balance.
Now, I'm not quite sure why Olivia resents Abby. Is it because she left OPA? Is it because she's closer to Fitz now? Not like Olivia got, but she's in the building with him now.
Right.
Is that part of the reason? I mean, what's the reason why Olivia would resent Abby?
I think, one, because she's checked her and she's been right. Two, probably because, you know, I think, you know, she left, she doesn't view it as, I left because I had to eat, Olivia. She views it as, you're a gladiator and you rolled out on us. you know.
Yeah.
And she said it just like that.
Yeah.
No.
but Abby's not a gladiator anymore.
That's what I'm saying. She left.
Yeah.
But I think in Olivia's twisted mind, it's like you left as a gladiator. You left us in the midst of all of, you know, we don't leave each other, even though I left y'all.
Yeah, right.
You know, so I think she kind of has a convoluted view of what Abby had to do in her own personal life, and she felt like she made a decision that jeopardizes OPA.
Right.
So she's not feeling that.
Well, I don't know. I think it's I think it might get physical because there's really a lot of anger there.
Yeah.
Really a lot of anger there. So, dinner with command, man. What's it gonna be like? What's it gonna be? Dinner with command, and we'll see a little bit down the road. But Jake is making a play. He's really making his play to be, because he keeps saying I'm not your boyfriend, but he's actually laying that foundation to be her boyfriend.
That's right.
He says I'm not coming to dinner with you and your father because I'm not your boyfriend.
Right.
You know.
And by the way, you came by my house. Is this a booty call?
You know. So it's like he's got the fire on, but it's not turned up. It's really low, and it's going to get hotter and hotter and hotter. And then he even pointed out, you know, you love another man, so I'm not your boyfriend. You know?
He's speaking the truth.
Yeah. And then at the end, he says, call me if you want me to do that thing to you.
Yes. Yes. Call me later if you want me to do that thing. I got to go.
And then he hangs up. Yeah. My wife just looked at me. I said, I have no idea what he's talking about. I said, I have no idea what he's talking about. Me and Jake ain't cool like that. So Jake apparently is waiting for Charlie in the parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes up on Charlie and rams his head in the vending machine. Now, why would he do that?
Because the candy bar got stuck. Let me help you out here. Shmow!
Well, he did jar loose because his head went straight, cracked that little glass and everything. But they always take, when they're going to take somebody, at least on Scandal, they always take them to like a dungeon looking room, right? Yes. It's always like where are those rooms at? I mean, it's like the Dungeon Inn or something, because there's a bunch of different ones, right? Can I get a quarter dungeon room, please?
Yeah, for a couple hours.
No room service.
They're over at Huck's house.
That's Huck's crib, huh?
Different rooms in Huck's house.
Man, but Charlie won't say anything about Harrison's death unless he can speak to Quinn, right?
Right, which Jake has been researching. He's keyed in on Charlie being responsible for Harrison being dead.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, so now he's pulled him in the room, took all his clothes off, sharpening his knives. Everybody got their knife set, man.
Man.
It's the first time we've seen Jake with the knife set.
With the knife set, man.
Had a set of Ginsu. Jeez.
Those things cut through anything, man.
Yeah, they do. So, man. The thing that was interesting with Charlie was like, oh, okay, we're playing knives again, huh? Like, do. Oh, you're going to cut me? Okay. Yeah. No big deal. I'm used to it.
I got skinned a lot by Huck.
That's right. So you're right. He did say, if you want some information, I want Quinn. That's right.
So we'll come back to that in a second. When they went to a scene where, Fitz asked Mellie, told Mellie he was going to the cemetery, did she want to go? Mm-hmm. And maybe we should back up a minute, because the backstory on this episode is a newlywed couple that has nothing to do with any of the characters. It's just a video that's showing, and it appears that the bride pushed the groom, because they're newlyweds, off this cliff.
Yes.
But she says, I didn't push him, he fell. But the way the picture looks, it looks like that she pushed
he was
him.
Pushed.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the backstory. And Mellie sees this, and this I don't know for what reason, seems to get Mellie out of her funk.
She was captivated, like many other people, by this video. Wow, like when she saw it, everybody was standing around watching. They were all just captivated by the fact that this got caught on video. One of those shocking videos that we've seen, that goes viral on social media, that kind of situation. And it kind of plays off of the story, what, about a year or so ago? A newlywed couple, woman allegedly pushed her husband off of, was it the Grand Canyon?
I can't remember if it was.
I don't know. But she was found guilty, by the way.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was.
So it's a story that we've seen before in real life.
So this appears to get her out of her funk, though, and she starts thinking of a way. She believes that the wife is telling the truth, that it was an accident, that the husband slipped. So she wants to go to where this happened and interview or talk to the person who's leading the investigation there. And you know,
Mellie turned into Matlock.
Yeah,
she went
Mellie Matlock.
She went straight Matlock on this one.
Yeah, she did. And then she
was writing stuff down, and you know, I don't know. I want to head out to Yosemite.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, let's go.
You know, and so Abby finally is the voice of reason in this whole thing and tells her that, you know, we can't do that, okay? Because you're going to draw attention away from the president's gun bill that he's trying to get passed. So if you do that, you're gonna mess that up. That's not going to be good. Mellie, you know, understands that and says, well, bring that investigator to bring him here, fly him here.
That's right.
And we'll talk about it. You know, I want to talk to him about it.
Let me do my crazy right here at home.
That's right. And when Fitz told Mellie he was going to the cemetery and did she want to go, and she said no. For some reason, the way he said it, the way he asked her, it seemed like he was kind of scared of her or scared of her reaction. Or to me, it just seems like it wasn't like normal to me. Like something was there that. And then when she said no, he got this like. She said no, I'm good, and she didn't fly off the handle. She said no, I'm good. You know, you go ahead, and that was it. And I think that kind of surprised him because she's always bringing the drama.
He said, Tony, my interpretation was, he said, I have an hour. You know, we could go to the cemetery. And like you said, she said no. And he did have a look of surprise. And he left the room. And I was like, oh, he's going to call Olivia. Like, I got an hour of free time now, baby. I guess we'll go to the cemetery tomorrow.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah. Peace out. Peace out.
I'm going to go do what I do.
Yep. So let's see where we are here. Jake calls Quinn and wants her to talk to Charlie. And then he locks her in the dungeon with Charlie for the whole night.
Yeah.
You know? And so her and Charlie are talking, and it gets a little heated. And then Charlie wants to put the moves on her, but not in a sexual way. He wanted to basically, like, handle her. And apparently, while Olivia Pope was on the island, apparently Quinn took some ninja lessons. You know, because that was a quick move, man.
Yes.
I rewound it and watched it in slow motion. It was still quick. It was hand on the neck, him on the ground.
She said, "I'm quicker, I'm stronger, I'm faster, and I can do this in a leather jacket." Which,
you know, for most people, it's kind of confining.
Yeah,
you know. But his whole angle on this, and this is where, you know, Charlie is still, you know, his mind is still very fertile. His whole thing is, nobody wants me, nobody wants you. We belong together. He calls her Robin.
Yes, and Batman and Robin.
Batman and Robin. And we belong together because nobody else wants us. You know? So she's listening, but she's saying, no. You know, I'm not that person, you know, you know, I feel sorry for you and all that because you're pathetic and this and that and the other, and you know, so they cut away from that scene, and then let's see, where am I over here? Oh, you know what? I meant to mention this earlier. I didn't know that Olivia and Abby, I mean, they go way back. They went to law school together.
Yeah, they
went to law school together. And and that was tied into another case this week for OPA, right? Their old friend from law school who's married to some kind of executive, and they have a daughter who's missing, and they track her down to this hotel. And in the meantime, Huck finds this video, man. This video of the woman, Olivia Pope, and Abby's friend having sex with a 17-year-old who's also her daughter's boyfriend.
That's right.
So
it's like an old episode of Cougar Town.
What was that, right? So everybody rushes to the hotel, and the daughter's dead. You know, mom's there. Olivia Pope pulls her to the side. She goes, "I know what you did." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "I saw the tape." And she's like, you know.
Yes. How sick are you?
Yeah. I mean, because basically you're a pedophile.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, you're a pedophile. I mean, really, I mean, you think about it, that's what you are.
And she was asking, this is right after girl is on the slab. So she was like, one, how sick are you to sleep with this kid's boyfriend, and you killed her?
Yeah.
You're all kinds of crazy right now.
But see, I agree, because the woman, Catherine, told Olivia Pope, you know, she said it was wrong, but it felt freaking good. Yeah. That's what she said.
Right. There are a lot of women around this country that turn that part up. For real? All right.
So now
it's a holiday weekend. I guess I can make a phone call.
So, yes. I need Bobby to come cut the grass. No, really. No, really. So
and after that, he can cut this ass.
Man. So Michael calls Cyrus. And Cyrus is clearly smitten. He's caught up. He can't see the reality. He can't see the big picture. He can just see Michael. That's all he sees.
Yeah.
You know?
And Cyrus is eating it up.
Man.
He's all the way in. I'm really, again, surprised at the way Cyrus is acting. Because he could, I mean, you know, the flags should be going off for the Cyrus that we know. You know, even if you're gonna do it, then do it. But how he's getting goaded into this situation with this guy as it continues to unfold in this episode, you know, is just kind of interesting.
Well,
but Michael's got him right where he wants him.
Yeah, right, exactly where he wants him. So, so we move to another scene where Abby's telling Fitz about what Mellie's plans are and how, you know, she wants to have this meeting tomorrow with the guy out from Yosemite coming in, and, you know, this, that, and the other. And Fitz just says, you know what, give Mellie whatever she wants.
Right.
Just give her what she wants.
He yells at her, too.
And and he keeps calling her Gabby.
That's right.
he keeps calling her Gabby. What's up with the Gabby thing?
I am not the black girl from the Olympics. My name is Abby.
Yeah. So let's go back to this dungeon where Quinn and Charlie are, man, because Quinn is sleeping on the concrete floor with Charlie next to her, and Charlie's lonely. And
pitiful.
He kept pounding that, you know, nobody wants us. Nobody wants me. Nobody wants you. We belong together. He keeps pounding that. Next thing you know, Charlie wins, and they start making out. You know, he got to her vulnerable side, and
time's up.
You know, and then, you know, and I think, you know, clothes were getting ready to start coming off, and then Jake shows up. So that kind of puts the end to that.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, she said she didn't feel lonely because she has people that care about her. So she, you know, she's gone through her moment where she was anti-OPA when she was with Charlie. Now she feels like she's back in the fold and back, you know, the crew is back to. We put the band back together.
Yeah, put the band back together. Yeah.
So she feels like, you know, it's important that she has people that care about her.
Well, yeah, but as we find out, they're not. They don't care as much as she thought they cared, though.
Exactly.
So that was kind of like,
yeah,
you know,
not so much.
And so Abby finds out that her and Olivia's law school friend Catherine is in this predicament with her daughter being dead and all that, and they're looking at her as a suspect. And she goes to Olivia Pope for details, and Olivia says, "I can't discuss this with you." And Abby says, "Why not?" She goes, "Ethically, I can't do that." And she goes, "You, rigor of elections?"
Yes.
Like, pow!
Take that with you. And you know what? As the conversation unfolded, it was like, she's keeping Abby at a distance, and and like she gets her quick jab in. Mm-hmm. But as they continue to talk, Abby's like, "This is our friend.
Yeah, our friend. Yeah,
this is our longtime friend, and you're more concerned about me being an ex-gladiator. No, I'm not a gladiator, so you can't tell me what's going on. I'm over here trying to see what's going on with my friend."
My friend. Yes. But I think Abby's suggesting friendship trumps OPA, the gladiator thing, and Olivia's like, nah, it doesn't. No, it doesn't at all. Doesn't at all. So Olivia goes to Jake's place, and he opens the door, and he's acting like there's somebody in there, like another woman. And she says, "Do you have another woman in there?" He doesn't want to answer the question. She goes, "I know you don't have another woman in there." Mm-hmm. And
is this a booty call?
Is this a booty call?
Every time he talks to her.
Yeah. Because I'm telling you, he's got that slow burn of a fire going on. It's a slow burn. He doesn't have it like where you turn it up and the water starts boiling in 45 seconds. It's just a slow burn. Little bubbles are coming up, right? Just little bubbles are coming up. Right. She says, "I'm done," and he just shuts the door. He's like, "Okay, I'm done. Okay, cool." Just like telling somebody I want to break up, and the person that you told that to goes, "All right, I'm cool."
Man, Which again gives you insight into how Olivia acts, because she's used to getting her way on everything, and she, every time, all these confrontations she's having with people, her facial expression is like, "What's going on?"
Yeah.
Yes, yes, you're getting what you've been giving people. Yeah. It's just not. It ain't your day.
And he's just, like I said, he's just laying that strategy, man. He's just putting it down.
Yes,
putting it down just like this, and he's patient and he's waiting. And, that whole thing. So let's move on to David, though. David is now the attorney general, and David's trying to get the president's gun bill passed. And he speaks to a judge about it, and the judge basically says no.
Yeah.
So what has David done the last 2 episodes? He goes deep in the crates at public storage.
That's right.
Where the B613 files are. Who keeps their files at public storage like that? He does.
Yes, he does.
Right? So he has this file, and then he meets with the judge. The judge says, we shouldn't even be talking because it's inappropriate. And then he tells the dude about what he did, the file he has on him. And he says that file was destroyed. He goes, no, it wasn't.
I got a copy of it. You killed somebody in a car crash back in 1992.
And drove away.
Drove away.
Right? So next thing you know, the judge is on TV, and he's saying that, it's going to pass. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome.
Yes.
So they're celebrating in the Oval Office, and Fitz tells David he's in the bubble. Mm-hmm. He's in the bubble, and clearly you can tell by looking at David, he now has swag now.
Yeah. Man, his teeth look like Mr. Ed when he smiled. he broke out with a Cheshire grin.
Man.
Because David's been wanting to be accepted by somebody. Just anybody.
They wouldn't let him be a gladiator, right? He was working with them.
Right.
And they wouldn't let him in the club. Yeah, and then when he had the evidence about the election being rigged, nobody would listen to him.
And he was right all the time.
All the time.
Now he's standing in the Oval Office getting praise from everybody.
And the president says, "You're now in the bubble.
You're in the bubble, man. You made it.
We're going to call you Bubba. Bubba.
Looks like we made it."
So we're back at OPA, and Olivia and Huck are doing what they do. And Quinn comes in, and she realizes that they didn't even notice she was gone for 24 hours.
Damn.
They didn't look for her. They didn't even notice it. She goes in on both of them. Because she's actually was the one who held OPA together while Olivia was on an island with Jake, while Abby was working at the White House, while Huck was working at Best Buy.
Yes. They didn't get the song rights. The song should have been "That's What Friends Are For." That should have come right in.
She couldn't get clearance in time, man. Shot to try, man. But
man, yeah, that was cold.
But she was pissed higher than any level of pistivity. She was really. I think she was mad, and she was hurt because she held the OPA together, and she contacted everybody when Harrison died, and she's been working hard to try to get everybody back in the fold again and going in one direction. And then she comes up missing for 24 hours, and they didn't even notice.
And you know what, Tony? Again, throughout this entire episode, everybody's got that "what's wrong with them" look. the hell's wrong with her?
I don't know, man. That's true. That's very true. So we go up to Mellie. Mellie has her meeting, and it's like a semi-cabinet meeting.
Yes.
I think she's got the FBI there. She's got the agriculture guy there. She's got, Homeland Security. She's got all these people there.
Surgeon General.
She makes her case that this bride where she's being accused of killing her husband by pushing him off a cliff. She makes her case that the bride didn't kill her husband.
Right.
I mean, she talked about the body falling in this spot where if he'd have been pushed, he'd have fell in this spot.
And NASA put that together.
And NASA put it together, right? That was crazy. But then, then Fitz comes in. And she's like, "Oh, honey, this and that and the other." And I thought it was kind of odd that you would call the president honey in front of his people. But
everything about this meeting is odd.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. So then one of the guys in the meeting, I forget which one it was, he says, "You're right, Mellie. You're right. We already proved it. We already got a witness who saw the whole thing.
Yes.
And the man did accidentally fall."
Yes.
So it was not murder, it was an accidental death.
Yes.
And so Mellie has
we solved the case.
Yeah, but she has this look on her face like she got like somebody let the air out of her balloon.
Yes, because the balloon was empty. 4 things, Tony. Embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Well,
Fitz called it a cabinet. Like you said, a cabinet. It was Is there a cabinet meeting on my schedule?
I mean, no. Everybody got on their feet when he walked in the room. I mean, it seemed like it was,
No.
But he told Abby, give Mellie whatever she wants.
Yes.
He did say that.
Yes, he did.
So she got her meeting. So that case is solved, and now it's on the shelf.
And no more Matlock.
No more Matlock. Mellie's back home. So
and back to Crazyville.
Let's go back to Cyrus and Michael because they're having a conversation, and Michael tells Cyrus, "You're thirsty, Cyrus, but you don't want to drink."
He said, "You gotta quench your thirst at home, or take care of that dry lump in your throat with something that's satisfying."
My wife, we just look.
Yes. Oh boy. And Cyrus once again had the smirk of thirst.
Yes. Yes. His thirst for flesh has just overtaken him.
Well, I'm telling you.
Something fierce. And so they go in on each other.
The good news is he doesn't have to go down to Nats Park for a Italian sausage. That's the good news.
Yes. Yes. Apparently it was delivered.
It was. They delivered now.
It was delivered. So so it's been a good day for Fitz in that his gun bill is going to go through. Mm-hmm. So Abby comes into the Oval Office, and Fitz offers her a drink.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're chit-chatting a little bit. And he says, "I'd like to apologize for yelling at you." And she's like, "You actually need to apologize to me for getting my name wrong.
Yes.
My name is Abby and not Gabby."
Yeah.
And then here it comes. Here it comes, man.
Well, first of all, Tony, once again, he doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care.
Gabby. But yes, go ahead.
Yes. Here comes the question. Have you talked to Olivia?
Yes.
How is Liv?
What's up with Popo?
Yeah. And it's like, to me, it's like Abby, it's like her resentment. I'm not going to call her hate. I don't think she hates Olivia. I think she's just angry at her. And the resentment of what she perceives as Olivia deserting the gladiators, I think it just went up another notch only because Fitz says, "Have you talked to Olivia?" Because you don't matter. I want to know what you know about Olivia. I don't care about what the Gabby Abby. What the hell do I care? I'm the leader of Few War. If I want to call you Buford, I will. Get out of here.
Right. And take this pat on the shoulder and keep on going.
Yeah. I mean, she had this look on her face when he was moving toward her that, "Are you going to try and kiss me?"
No.
No.
I'm going to pat you on the back like a dude. Good job. Gabby. Man. Huck tells Quinn next time she's missing for 24 hours that he'll find her. Yes.
Like that's going to happen again.
She felt, Tony, it was a special moment. She felt good about that.
Yeah, I guess that's what it was for.
Her old friend Huck is going to make sure she's okay.
Yeah. Jake calls Olivia and says, I'll go to dinner with your dad. Me and you, we'll go to his house and have dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure? What's his motive for that, though? We're going to find out in a second, though. But that was pretty interesting. Now, David is wrapping up his day because he got the gun bill through with the help of his public storage kept B613 files. And then he finds out that judge blew his brains out.
Yes.
So clearly that's on him.
Hey, put that in your file.
Yeah, take that to public storage, why don't you? That's crazy, man. But it's dinner time, man.
It is dinner time.
And Eli says, thanks, Jake, for taking care of my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And Jake, most people say, she's a special girl. I care for her a lot. I think she's great. She's, just trying to, she has a hectic schedule and a hectic life with her career. I'm just trying to make things easy for her. He doesn't say that. He says, why'd you kill Harrison?
Right.
Did you kill him because you killed Fitz's son Jerry? Is that why you did that? And then Jake tells Eli, you're gonna pack up and you're gonna go to that island and you're gonna stay there and you're gonna love it.
That's right. And if not, I'll be standing over your dead body.
I'll be standing over your dead body. How do you go to somebody's house and tell them that? That's crazy, right?
Eli said to say, am I in my house?
So Eli gives it right back to him.
Yes.
He gives it right back to him. And then it becomes very apparent that Eli, like Jake, like Huck, he knows his way around cutlery pretty good.
Yes, he does.
Because he picks up that big, giant butcher knife, cutting knife, whatever it was, and he slams it down on the table between two of Jake's fingers.
Yes. Now, you can look at this a couple of ways. We can look at like, ooh, Eli. Which, you should, because he came down with that knife, but Jake had the balls of steel, though. He didn't flinch.
He didn't flinch.
He did not flinch, man. Yeah. I was like, that right there.
That right there.
You, sir, are a man. Or you soiled your pants.
You soiled your pants.
It's one or the other.
I think it's even money at this point.
It could be even money.
Could be even money. So I don't know who's going to outlast the other, though.
I like how they played it off at the end, though. He's like, dinner was great, da-da-da-da. You should come back over. Because, hey, Eli said, I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here with the pork loin, buddy. Not going anywhere.
Not the pork loin. So Olivia, because Olivia got a phone call, so she left the room while this was going on. She comes back, she goes, that's my client, I got to go. So yeah. Catherine, the law school friend of her and Abby, who was on videotape sleeping with her daughter's 17-year-old boyfriend, has been arrested for the murder of the daughter.
Yep. Now, she gave up the case, though, didn't she? She said that. She said
that. But that's where we find Catherine being arrested. So I don't think she'll walk away from that case, though. I mean, that's her friend. That's her friend. Yeah. That's her friend. Mm. But let's go back to Cyrus, because Cyrus spent the night with Michael and had to pay for it. $2,500.
And a tip. So each of them had a tip.
Yes, each of them had a tip. So what, 25? Is that what the going rate is for that in D.C.?
Tony, I don't know, because I'm not usually shopping for salami. Not shopping for salamis.
Well, it has to be the same for a top-rate call girl or hooker.
I guess so.
Well, when you charge $2,500, you're no longer a hooker, right? You're like a call girl.
You're a business. That's what you are. You're making money. Got a card swipe in the crack of your behind.
Right there.
You gotta be.
Yeah.
Come on.
But apparently, Michael was worth every dime.
That smirk was back.
That smirk was back, man. It was like, wow.
And you know what, man? Last season, Tony, I'm a little upset because, in total honesty, a lot of the reason why I came to Scandal so I could look at a damn near naked Kerry Washington.
Yeah.
So that was disappointed last season because there was a coat every week because she was pregnant. There's a whole lot of coats this time. Yeah. You see a lot of skin.
Well, last week she took the coat off.
Yeah. That was right at the beginning. I mean, it was 2 seconds.
the season's not over, man.
I know. Well, we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do because the only people that are getting some are the guys.
Yeah. I guess you're right, man. Yeah, that is true. That is true.
And a parting shot with Cyrus taking a look at Michael's package.
Yeah.
On the way out.
On the way out.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Now, Michael, of course, goes to Senator Lizzie. Was it Lizzie North?
Yeah.
And because this whole thing is a setup. Unbeknownst to Cyrus, it's a setup. And Michael tells Lizzie, we got him.
Yeah.
We got him. I get the feeling that Michael won't last the season.
You think?
Yeah. I think that he's going to fall out of a high rise. He's going to have a car accident. Something's going to happen.
Is he going to meet Huck?
He's going to meet Huck. Because you know what? Cyrus and Olivia at one point were very good friends, very close. Right? Cyrus covered a lot for the affair when it was hot and heavy. So he'll call Olivia. I need a favor, old friend. I know right now we're not as tight as we used to be, and I need this. And then Olivia will say, Huck, here's the situation. I need you to get me more information. And, so Huck will, probably skin him alive.
Pull some teeth. I think he might cut a couple of knuckles. Just cut the knuckle off.
But you know what? Michael's a big dude, though.
Yeah, he is.
He's a strapping young man.
He is, but when you drill into somebody's thigh bone, when you take a power drill to a thigh bone, it'll bring you down to size.
Yeah, it kind of does bring you down a little bit. I thought you were gonna say something else. I was gonna
no, Tony, no.
Because this is a family show. So
yeah, sometimes.
What did I miss, man?
I think you covered it all, Tony. As usual, I'm going to give you an A for effort. I think you got everything on this one. Yeah, I'm going to give you an A for effort.
Well, I appreciate that, man. So that's the show. Appreciate you watching and appreciate you sharing. Reposting things like that helps grow the channel. Thumbs up on YouTube goes a long way too. So really appreciate that. We've got other shows that we do also. Men on Everything is where myself, Troy, and Mark Clark, we talk about all the big topics that are going on in the world, from ISIS to Nene Leakes. So we run the gamut.
Can we get those two together?
Yeah, let's get. By the way, I read last week where it's official. Nene Leakes is actually the highest paid reality star in history.
Well, guess what? We're going to hell in a handbasket. Damn! Nene Leakes, how much is she bringing down?
I don't know. But I know because I follow her on Twitter. Don't ask why, I just do, right? Because, I do a lot of different other shows. Yeah. So I follow like a lot of celebrities. I got a podcast I do every day. I got news you may have missed.
Tony is a media maven. Tony knows, like he said, literally, he knows everything from what's going on with ISIL to Nene Leakes.
But Nene Leakes did say that she was starting up her own production company and was going to be creating her own reality shows. So she may be looking to hire some people. I don't know, maybe a new Nene. I don't think there will ever be another Nene Leakes. On the first season, and this is a topic for Men on Everything, so I'll just keep that for that. Cause,
but you just a little teaser, Tony. Go ahead and put it out there.
No, I just think that there'll never be another Nene Leakes on any type of reality show. It's like when the first season of Survivor came out, and Richard, the guy who won, the guy who walked around naked, everybody's been trying to strategize like Richard ever since, and they haven't been able to do that. And they tried with the singing shows. Everybody tried to have their own Simon. They couldn't do that. Now you have this show. Everybody tries to have their own Nene Leakes, and there's only one. There's only going to be one. Yeah. And because everybody else comes off as, someone who's trying to replicate what Nene did. So you come off as an imposter.
We're totally off the scandal subject tonight, but Tony.
Yes.
Mr. Pop Culture. What is the difference between Nene Leakes and Omarosa? Are they similar? Are they not similar?
We never really got, we found out about Omarosa and her personal relationships far after her run on Apprentice was over, right?
That's true.
And so we just saw her ugliness as someone who was trying to win that contest. You know, Nene Leakes, we found out about her son. We found out she used to be a stripper. We found out she divorced her husband. She remarried him. All this kind of stuff. So she's left it all on the field. At the same time, letting everybody know on the Real Housewives of Atlanta that I'm Nene Leakes. I'm the queen bee up in here.
Yeah.
Everybody bow down and kiss something on me. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's for men on everything.
Yeah.
We do that.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah. So check it out next week. All right. Thanks for watching again. Appreciate it. That's Troy Johnson. I'm Tony Scott. Mark Clark will join us next week. All right.
Peace.